Okay, so this comes from Powell. I believe that's how it's pronounced. What if I'm learning charisma and I find some principle technique, for some people it could be being louder, that doesn't feel like it suits my personality character? Like, I don't want to be seen like that, not because it's uncomfortable, but maybe because of my values, beliefs, genes, experiences, or something like that. And what's more, sometimes I bother that I can learn a habit that won't fit my nature, and I won't feel good about myself because of it.
Mm-hmm.
That is your choice, sir. You don't have to change anything.
Yeah. Well, I think that there is more than one way to be charismatic, for sure. But what the advice that I gave earlier, the try the puppy, I think is the best here, which is you're not stuck.
Yeah.
If you do something that doesn't fit your nature and you go out and you get amazing results from the people in your life, but you go, this isn't me, guess what? You can just be different back to the way that you were tomorrow.
But my thing, I almost go with the flip side of like, you don't have to change anything.
Mm-hmm.
I would never say that the entire population has to be charismatic. You just have to live with the results of your behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true of all things. That's true in your relationships, your wealth, whatever it is. So if you are unhappy with the amount of money you make, you should probably try a different wealth creation tactic.
Mm-hmm.
If you're unhappy with your relationships or the reactions that people give you when they don't know you and they're just meeting you, you should change how you present yourself.
Sure.
And that doesn't have to be a change to your core values or your religious beliefs or any of that, but just live with the results of your behavior. And if you don't like your results, then change your behavior.
Yes. Now, and well, here's what I will say. In an attempt to rather than just go, well, forget it, you're not ready.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I wasn't always loud. Mm-hmm. I also didn't always get great receptions from people that I was meeting for the first time. People not disliked me, but just was like, oh yeah, that's just a guy.
Well, here's what you found, is that what is natural and what you think is natural and core to you, or what you thought at age 20, turned out not to be natural and core to you.
No, it's just a habit. What's funny is it's all just habits you've already accidentally accrued.
Exactly.
So my philosophy is you might as well purposefully accrue some habits that get you a life that you like.
Sure.
Because I wasn't born sarcastic. I didn't come out of the womb a dick. Mm-hmm. But through my early childhood, I acquired a sarcastic sense of humor, probably because I was pretty unattractive and quite small and I felt insecure.
Mm-hmm.
That said, at some point in my life, I got some pretty aggressive feedback from my friend group that was, hey, you're a sarcastic dick and we don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I had to make a choice. And it was tough. I sat in your car and I remember talking about it and saying, I feel like sarcasm is core to who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is who I am.
And I would be betraying
inside.
myself to change. Yeah.
I remember it vividly. And that is how I felt. But I went, at the same time, I don't love that all these people dislike me. And I don't feel like I have a great group of friends, and I don't feel like the leader of my friend group by any means. I will try a different tactic.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out that what I thought was core to my being was actually just a habit I picked up at a young age.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's the most. If you had to take one thing, it's that the things that we often think are natural, I would say 90 to 95% plus of it are habits acquired in elementary and middle school.
Yeah, if you're quiet, it's probably just because you got some feedback at a very young age, maybe 2, from your parents, because you said something loudly and they shushed you. Mm-hmm. And that internalized to saying that if you're loud, people will hate you.
And I am a quiet person. Now,
because you picked it up at age 2.
Yeah.
You know?
But what you will find, as Ben found, is if you have the courage to try something new out, you will see that you are still there doing these different behaviors, getting potentially results that you much more like, feeling happier about it, and it's still you. You're still there. Like, you have not given up your essence. And the wonderful thing about this is it's not a one-way street. If there's ever anything that you do and you go, listen, I've been doing this and it just still doesn't feel right, I don't want to, go ahead, go back. You know, I do believe that there are things which are perhaps innate or more difficult to change in oneself, but people vastly overestimate what that is, and especially when they include things like being gregarious, outgoing, friendly.
There was no one quieter in our high school than you.
Yeah.
The only person you talked to was me. No, like, you were a wallflower.
Yeah.
To the point where women would say, Charlie's really cute. How do I talk to him? Can someone tell him? Because he's never spoken to me. And we've had classes together for 3 years.
Yeah.
Like,
I was a quiet boy.
So, and I'm sure at the time, you would have thought that was just how you were, because that felt natural.
Yes. Exactly. And so I think expanding your idea of who you are to not be just these things that you might have picked
It's
up
kind
along
of
the way.
like putting on a pair of clothes at a young age and then just thinking it's your skin.
Yeah. And then especially if you don't get to shower and then it gets stinky and you go, but this is me. It's like, no, you can like,
Yeah, weirdly enough, you can
like-
just strip it away, shower, and put on new clothes.
Yes. And if you don't like it, you can wash those and put them back on.
Or not. Keep them stinky if that's really what you like.
Keep them stinky.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps.